Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming out. May the 4th be with you. Appreciate everybody fighting through the awful race day traffic to get here for this exhibition game between the Chew Blockers and the Mandarolians. Now, before we get started, this is a juniors game, so please cheer positively and responsibly, and don't coach from the stands. There's some fine coaches there. You all cheer, let them coach. Also, please stay behind those black bumpers. That is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. Also, while the action is going, please be courteous to your fellow fans. Don't cross in front of everybody while the skating is going on. There's 30 seconds between each jam. Wait for those 30 seconds to go grab yourself some snacks or some merch. Your fellow fans will appreciate you for that. And now, let's give it up for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And for all of our officials on skates and off. And now, Toe Furious, let's get this going.
All right, Punch, thank you very much, and welcome again, everyone. It is my honor this morning to bring to you in the pink. Put your hands together for the Chew Blockers. Wearing 07 Voldemort. Wearing 100 Bob the Fred. 117 is Nova Pain. 132 the Kraken. Wearing 16 Beatrix Slaughter. 213 Patsy UC. 245 Lil Havoc. 31 is False Glitch. Wearing 44 Lemon Bomb. 65 is Showgirl. Wearing number 97 is Tiny Monster. 789 is All Ice. And rounding out the roster today is 911 Demon Skater. Put your hands together one more time for the Chew Blockers.
And now, introducing in the white, no disintegrations allowed, the Mandarolians. Wearing 000 Slayer. There we go. Thank you. 118, Owl gets you. 145, Pterodactyl. Woo. We're number 36, Piranha Pixie. 360, Yellow Jacket. Number 4, Tropical Punch. 423, your captain, Leonard Skinner. Wearing 530, Morbid LaFay. 696, Beelzebub. Wearing number 87, Destroya. 928, Mozilla. And finally, last but never least, wearing 971, Satoru Gojo. Give it up for the Mandalorians.
All right, everyone, welcome out to the hangar on this glorious day here in Portland. So far, anyway, we'll keep our fingers crossed. It is spring. We never know. We'd like to welcome all you new people. I understand there's a bunch of new people here today. Welcome. We'll try to help you out with the game and how things work here.
All right. Welcome to the stream. I am your stream announcer, Puns and Roses. Thank you for joining us for Discovery Day. We do this a couple times a year. It's a great time to get an intro to Derby for your junior folks. That is Patsy Yu, your lead jammer. Beelzebub still stuck in the pack. We're going to do this again in November. Kids get in free. It's a good chance to discover roller derby, give them a chance to see how the kids roll these days. Patsy Yu through for 4. Our juniors program has around 200 skaters aged 7 to 17. Well, you got to be 17 to start the year. I believe some do hit 18 during the year. You know how kids do. They do get older. You might even notice we've got 2 juniors down there who are refs as well. So lots of opportunities for kids to participate in roller derby in lots of ways. That is Bob the Fred, the lead jammer, coming in. Satoru Gojo also in the pack. Both jammers eligible to score. Bob through. 4 points in the air. Satoru also 4 points, about a third of a track behind. Bob the Fred coming in on a second scoring pass now. Satoru Gojo in on a second scoring pass. Good defensive work by False Glitch with the force out and recycle. And Bob the Fred through. That is 3 completed scoring passes. Satoru Gojo still looking for a second completed scoring pass. There's the second. And Bob the Fred getting the call to continue that. Got some defense there at the back of the pack by Nova Payne. Good defensive work right there by Silayer. Trying to get that name right. It just looks weird to me. I'll work on it. And that jam went the full 2 minutes, 24-20. So the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty at the moment. So far, only one penalty through 2 jams. Who do we have behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line? That is in the white. Tiny, that is Pterodactyl up against Tiny Monster in the pink. Pterodactyl is your lead jammer. Tiny Monster is through, about a half track behind. And Yellow Jacket and company. Oh, wow. Tiny Monster finds a seam on the outside before the Mandalorians can establish their defense. Pterodactyl looking for a way past. That is all ice. All right, here comes Yellow Jacket. Well, all right, who's doing that defense back there? That was 36. That was Piranha Pixie. Good defense for a second there, but Tiny Monster able to slide past on the inside. Andrea Odom rooting for Terror. And Melanie Hughes rooting for Tiny. Feel free to say in the chat who you're rooting for, where you're cheering from. I will do my best to give some shout outs. All right, we're about to see. That is Yellow Jacket jamming for the Mandalorians. Coming up next, up against number 16, Beatrix Slaughter. Destroyer looks to close the outside lane, get some help from Silayer. Yellow Jacket up to the front of the pack, little spin move there. Beatrix Slaughter hops to it, but is still a third of the track behind Yellow Jacket. There's the call off, 2 points on that jam. Yep. That is Beelzebub. Behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Jam on Hawthorne. Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. And Roldemort. No, that's not Roldemort. It says Roldemort on the screen, but that is Lemon Bomb. Blowing up the pack. Beelzebub still looking for an exit, finding Bob the Fred. Lemon Bomb is through. That is Roldemort up there playing defense. So Roldemort at least was on the track. The Kraken looking to play a little bit of offense, trying to break Lemon Bomb out. There's the call off. Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of RCR since forever. All right, who we got in the chat? Bree Moon says, Terry, you got this, kiddo. Danielle Flores, yay, Tiny. Oh, Melanie Hughes, Tiny's grandmother in Arizona. All right. Sarah Hartfield, go Tiny. All right, lots of cheering for Tiny Danger. Satora Gojo Lead jammer, but false glitch just a little bit ahead. We got a jammer race heading back to that pack. False glitch coming in hot, spinning through like a top. Snagging 4 points. And there's the call-off signal from the bench. Torogojo with the call-off, 4 points for each jammer. Nicely done. Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more, owned by Bud's parent and record skater. All right, who do we got? That is Demon Skater in the pink up against Pterodactyl in the white. Demon Skater finds an exit. He's your lead jammer. The Kraken passes off Pterodactyl to someone whose number I cannot see. Pterodactyl picking up a track cut. As our first jammer penalty and our first power jam for the Chewbacca's. Oh, Tiny Danger cheering for Tiny Monster. That kind of works. Oh, great offensive work there by Bob the Fred, Beatrix Slaughter, the Kraken, creating that lane on the inside. The Mandarolians had no chance there. Oh, great defense on the outside. I cannot read those numbers. Oh, that was number 4, Tropical Punch in on that. Tropical Punch, Mozilla slowing down Demon Skater. Demon Skater pushing towards the front of the pack. Working now against, that is Piranha Pixie. Good roll back there. And we are getting a team timeout being called by the Mandarolians. This team timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX, RCR's official realtor. Roller Rally is our annual junior program fundraiser and needs your help hitting our goal. Our junior program, like I said, almost 200 youth skaters aged 7 to 17. Some of the strongest, most talented young athletes in PDX. Help us keep Youth Roller Derby accessible and support Roller Rally today by texting Roller25 to 44321 or visit RoseCityRollers.com/Roller Rally. We appreciate your support. And speaking of Roller Rally, we are having a Roller Rally Carnival on May 18th. So that is your chance to come down, be part of this community. That is 2 weeks from today. Okay, who do we got? We got Nova Pain in the pink. Trying to see the numbers. Beelzebub in the white. Beelzebub up to the front. Buzzing through the pack is your lead jammer. Nova Pain about a quarter of the track behind. There's the call off. Is it in time? It is. Perfectly timed call off by Beelzebub. Rebel Heart Therapy. Individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns, and the sponsors of our penalty box, which has not been getting a whole lot of use. Only 5 penalties so far in 8 jams. no one with more than one, so definitely no penalty trouble at the moment. That is Satoru Gojo up to the front, but sneaking through, that is Lil Havoc. Lil Havoc, your lead jammer for the Chewbacca's. That is a low block, sending false glitch to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Lil Havoc running into, I believe that's Piranha Pixie up at the front. Lil Havoc through, up to 8 points now. Oof. Good hit there by Beatrix Slaughter, closing down that inside lane on Satoru Gojo. Offensive help there from Piranha Pixie. Seven minutes left in this first half. Chewbacca is at 83. Mandalorian's at 37. That is Showgirl jamming for the Chewbacca's. Jamming against Yellow Jacket. And Yellow Jacket is through, is your lead jammer. I'll Get You slowing down Showgirl at the back of the pack. Working there with Morbid LaFay. Offensive help coming from Tiny Monster. And, oh, somehow Yellow Jacket managed to get through there without drawing a low block. That is quite impressive. You slide that far on your knees, but got lucky, did not make contact with any skaters while going through on the knees. All right, we got the Kraken in the pink behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And that is Beelzebub. Beelzebub looks for the inside lane. One to beat, now two to beat. And there goes the Kraken unleashed. Beelzebub, half a track behind. Kraken finds the inside lane. Good offensive work up there by Destroya. Oh, Demon Skater shutting down that inside lane there. All right. The Kraken through for a second scoring pass. Ooh. Piranha Pixie, that's going to be a low block. And Beelzebub has to go on a long recycle. Did not see the number on who did that. All ice, perhaps? I believe so. Beelzebub has pulled the cap, looking for a star pass. There is a star pass, but there's the call off. So that was a 16-3 jam, just under 4 minutes now. 187 killer pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. An exclusive gear protective gear sponsor of RCR. Sonny Rivera cheering for Pterodactyl. Got Leonard Skinner and Patsy Yu. Leonard Skinner, fly high, free bird. He's your lead jammer. Patsy Yu still looking for the initial pass. Not gonna lie, Patsy Yu, one of my favorite Derby names. Took me a sec to get that, and then once I said it out loud, I'm like, oh yeah, that is great. And Patsy Yu with Yellow Jacket heading to that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Patsy Yu takes advantage and accelerates to the outside. Patsy Yu threw for 4. Mandarolians coming around. That is Leonard Skinner looking for a third scoring pass. And Yellow Jacket has been released. Multiplayer assessed. That multiplayer goes to Showgirl right at the end of that last jam. 107.60. This will probably be our last jam of the half. We're going to have Satoru Gojo and Lemon Bomb. Lemon Bomb is your lead jammer. Satoru Gojo, 1 to beat. Who is that hanging on for dear life? That was False Glitch. Lemon Bomb, great skating to find that exit on the outside. Bob the Fred. Good contact on Satoru Gojo. Satoru Gojo brushing it off, finds the escape to the inside. Both jammers now completing a second scoring pass. Here comes Lemon Bomb for a third. All right, Lemon Bomb with the call off. There is just enough time on the clock for one more jam. The certified Sweat Saver helmet from 888. Developed, tested, and trusted by the best. Also an exclusive protective gear sponsor of Rose City Rollers. Tiny Monster, lead jammer, but has been forced out, has to recycle behind the Mandarolians. Beelzebub is out, coming around on the scoring pass. Beelzebub has 4. Tiny Monster 1 to beat, but that is Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket holding on. Piranha Pixie now. So Tiny Monster has lead jammer. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty now. There's the call off. So we're going in an intermission. 119 for the Chew Block is 76 for the Mandarolians. We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then.
Hey folks, did Do you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
welcome back to the second half. We've got the Chewbacca's at 119, Amanda Rollins at 76. So we do this twice a year. We're going to do this again in November where we do these exhibition games with our juniors. It's a good way to introduce kids to roller derby. I mean, all of our juniors' games are that, but we invite folks to come in, bring their kids, check out junior roller derby. We are also in the middle of our roller rally, which is our junior program fundraiser. Text roller25 to 44321. Show up in 2 weeks for the roller rally carnival. Do you love bouncy castles and pet pigs? And other sorts of fun things? That'll be in 2 weeks. Right here for the Roller Rally Carnival. All right, behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line, you got Yellow Jacket in the white and trying to read the numbers on the shoulder. I am pretty sure that's Showgirl, but I could be wrong. Wait, nope, that's Tiny Monster. Never mind. That is Tiny Monster. Tiny Monster, your lead jammer. No, hey, Showgirl's in the pack, though. Wow, Yellow Jacket coming around fast. Tiny Monster speeding up, but Yellow Jacket's got a full head of steam coming into that pack. Bleeding speed. Yellow Jacket through for 4. Tiny Monster working there against Mozilla. 1 to beat. Getting the continue to skate thing. Signal from the bench. And there is that is an illegal contact penalty on Yellow Jacket. So the Rose Petals operate under different contact penalties than other age levels. You do have to manage your speed and manage the impact of your hits. So we've got a bunch of skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, which was relatively quiet in the first half, but we've had 4 penalties. We had 10 total penalties in the first half, and we've had 4 penalties just in this first jam of the second half. So Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box getting a lot more action this half so far. Tiny Monster through. There's the call off. That is a 12-12 jam. I think. At least that's what I thought. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, next up, we're going to see that is Bob the Fred in the pink up against Beelzebub. In the white for the Amanda Roll-ins. Beelzebub 1 to beat, but that one is Lemon Bomb, joined now by Voldemort. And Bob the Fred. Lemon Bomb held on just long enough. And we've got an official timeout. think Beelzebub just came down a little bit awkwardly on that inside lane, but skating off looks like just fine right now. So we're going to start up again with Pterodactyl in the white, Lil Havoc in the pink. Lil Havoc up to the front of the pack, getting some offensive help from All Ice. But it is Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl with the wing flap to call that jam off. Smart play as Lil Havoc had blown right past. Next up, we're going to get Destroya behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line, along with Beatrix Slaughter. So after a busy first jam, the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box has been relatively quiet for the past couple jams. Beatrix Slaughter finds Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket holding on. Beatrix Slaughter now one to beat. Beatrix Slaughter is through as your lead jammer. Lemon Bomb, meanwhile, with the drawback at the back of the pack. Destroyer reset. And Destroyer through on the initial. Both jammers now in the pack on a scoring pass. Jam brings us to 135.85. 15 minutes left in this period. There we go. Satoru Gojo is your lead jammer. That is Nova Payne, about a quarter of the track behind. And good defense there at the back of the pack by Amanda Rowlands. We have a power jam for the Chewbacca's. Satoru Gojo going to the box for a high block. One of the challenges for the pedals is that because of that sort of that age range from 7 to 12, you get a lot of different heights, which means that high blocks can be easy to earn, especially for older skaters who may have a bit of a height advantage. So this will be a full 2-minute jam, since we no longer have a lead jammer. Both jammers through. coming around. 8 seconds left. Will they get back to the pack in time for one more scoring pass? Nova Payne might. Got in for 1 point. 17-12 on that jam. Hey, we've got Junior Derby summer camps coming up. Hit rosecityrollers.com/join. So we got Lil Havoc and Leonard Skinner. Lil Havoc forced out by Yellow Jacket, has to recycle. Pack extending. Mandalorians have to run back to join that. Leonard Skinner, one to beat. Leonard Skinner. Sweet home lead jammer. And that is Lil Havoc going to the penalty box. I did not see the call. Track cut, there we go. So both teams now in triple digits. It's going to give the Mandalorians an opportunity to claw back some of that lead. Good offense there at the back of the pack. That was Pterodactyl. Lil Havoc threw on the initial. Leonard Skinner, there's the call off. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty once again. Patsy U and Beelzebub behind the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. There we go. Patsy U is your lead jammer with a quickness. Beelzebub still looking for the exit from the pack. Has to reset. That is Beatrix Slaughter. Beatrix Slaughter heading to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Good work there by Piranha Pixie, I believe. Voldemort with a force out to the inside. Oh, good catch there by Tiny Monster. There's the call off. Once the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear. Team timeout being called by the Mandalorians. Team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Welcome PDX. So the Junior Derby summer camp is for ages 7 to 18, all skill levels. That is 6 weeks during the summer. 6 individual 1-week camps. Go to rosecityrollers.com to register for the summer camps. And you can go to, well, you can tag at Rose City Rollers on social media to stay in the loop about all things roller derby in Portland. All right, we got, that is Bob the Fred and Yellow Jacket behind the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Lemon Bomb with the force out to the inside on Yellow Jacket. Bob the Fred finds an exit. Bob the Fred, your lead jammer. Lemon Bomb doing good work, slowing down Yellow Jacket. Nova Pain false glitch. Oh, there goes Yellow Jacket, though. Yellow Jacket through. That is a completed scoring pass. Both jammers in for a second scoring pass. There goes Bob the Fred. False glitch. Last line of defense, holding that line. Lemon Bomb up. Pack separated. Now we're going to get a pack destruction call on somebody. That's false glitch. So we're up to 20 penalties in this half, or in this game. 10 in each half. So that's 2 pack destruction penalties. Something for those blockers to discuss in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Bob the Fred. $16 points. 16-11 on that jam. 176-119 is your score. 6.5 minutes left in this game. That is Pterodactyl in the white. Lil Havoc in the pink. Behind the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. 2 blockers standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. The jam has started, but nobody's moving. So Lil Havoc, your lead jammer after that sort of 5-second hang where both jammers just sort of were kind of waiting. Tropical Punch at the back of the pack, trying to play some offense for Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl has pulled the cap, looking for the pivot. There's the call off. Porque Donut Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland. Voted best tacos and Mexican food in PDX. Next up, Beelzebub and Demon Skater. There we go. Beelzebub, your lead jammer. Demon Skater looking for an exit. Finding the Mandalorian defense. Demon Skater through. Demon Skater through on a first scoring pass. Beelzebub through on a second. There's the call-off signal. Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better. SasquatchHR.org. Who we're going to see? We're going to see that is Satoru Goju in the white and Showgirl in the pink. On that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. 21 penalties so far. Not a whole lot. Satoru Gojo is through, is your lead jammer. Looks for the inside lane. Chubalakas cover that. And there goes Satoru Gojo powering through. Both jammers through on an initial scoring pass. Satoru Gojo with a spin. There's a directional play penalty. Sending Owl Get You to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Showgirl takes advantage of the depleted Mandalorian. Satoru Gojo through. Good work there by Patsu, closing the door on the inside. Satoru Gojo has to recycle. Getting the call from the bench to keep this going. And there's the call off. Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery is John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. And also WSL Leadership Coaching. Learn how to transform interpersonal conflict into organizational justice at WSLleadership.com. And we've got a team timeout being called by the Chubalakas. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. So we got 80 seconds left in this game. 2:07 to 142 is the total. Lemon Bomb and Pterodactyl are your jammers. There goes Lemon Bomb, lead jammer. Chubalakas can run the clock out. There's more time on the jam clock than there is on the period clock. Pterodactyl in on a first scoring pass. Lemon Bomb in on a second. Morbid LaFay working against Lemon Bomb at the front of the pack. There goes both skaters now through on those scoring passes. Coming around for a second and third respectively. There's the call off. And a team timeout being called by the Mandaroleans. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Welcome to PDX. So there will be one last jam. Hey, you can be part of this rad community by volunteering with Rose City Rollers. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer. And while you're on the RCR website, go to rosecityrollers.com/shop. There's a lot of great merch there. You can order online to rep your favorite teams. And go to rosecityrollers.com/rollerrally to support this phenomenal juniors program. Beelzebub and False Glitch behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. False Glitch is through. Period clock has expired. We are on jam time now. False Glitch spinning through. There's the call off. After that 4-point jam, that brings this game to an end. Unofficial score of 219 to 146. We will be back shortly for a Rosebuds exhibition, which should also be a ton of fun. That is scheduled to start at 1:30 Pacific, so in about 54 minutes. So hope to catch you then. See you soon.
You guys got the MVP blocker and all that? Which one are you?
MVJ.
Okay, MVJ.
For NVJ, we have Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Yay. Oh, that's an awesome thing. All right, so MVJ blocker.
Destroyer.
Destroyer. All right. So cool. Yeah, you guys hang right here in the middle. All right, and then we're on the other team here, so which one do you have?
Havoc.
Havoc. All right. And now MV blocker.
Showgirl.
Showgirl. Very good. Awesome. Great choices. Thank you guys all. And it's right here in the middle for a photo op. Sorry. Photo op right there in the middle. Oh, we have one more. Oh, first-time bouters.
We have a couple of first-time bouters today, one of which is Destroya. Take that one. There you go. And Tiny Monster.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Always awesome for some first-time bouters. They did so well. Everybody. That's great. All right, so some photo ops here. Thank you all for coming. I hope everybody's going to stay for the second game. We do have another game coming right up here in about an hour, a little less than an hour. So we'll see you here. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try for yourself. We've got you.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guy.
Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team.
Good afternoon. May the 4th be with you. And welcome to the Hanger to Oaks Amusement Park. Thank you all for coming out today. Glad you're here for this game between the Roller Resistance and I believe it's the Hyperspace Hellcats. Hyperspeed Hellcats. I was close. All right, before we get started, just a few things. First off, this is a juniors game, so please cheer positively and responsibly. And also do not coach from the stands. There are fine coaches over there. Leave the coaching to them. You all just cheer. Also, while the action is going, please be courteous to your fellow fans. Don't walk in front of everybody. Wait for those 30 seconds in between jams to go get snacks or merch. Your fellow fans will appreciate you for that. Also, stay on your side of those black bumpers. That is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. And now, before we get started, put your hands together for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And for all of our officials on skates and off. And now, Shifty, let's get us going.
All right. I have for you in the black, the Roller Resistance. Number 01 is Skittles. 09 is PB and Jam. 011 is Honey Basher. Team Captain 149, Avery Phylactic Shock. 19 is Gwen Reaper. 1969 is Klondike. 23, Noah Mercy. 311, Smash Smash Goose. 34, Ruthless. Number 38, William Skatespare. Number 444 is Teenage Hurtbag. Number 45, Zombie Smasher. Basher, sorry about that. 523 is the Potato Nader. 666 is Ashtastic. Number 74, Dynamite. Number 8, Magic Hate Ball. Number 842, Helmo. Number 888 is Frantic. Number 9, Pandemonium. And last but not least, 99 is Nazgul. the roller resistance.
All right, fans, without any further ado, in the white, maybe a little further ado, there we go. In the white, the Hyperspeed Hellcats. Wearing 108, T-Rex. Wearing 11, Lil Stabby. Wearing 26, Bleeding Tart. 295 is Lightning McQuinn. Wearing 33, Slamilton. 35 is the Feral Kid. 411 is Riot. Wearing 47, your team captain, Miss Garcia. 529, Princess Bubblescum. 555 is A Very Scary. 57 is Vendetta. 61 Wildfire. 616 Sabertooth Tiger. Wearing 67, it's Ricochet. 713 Dr. Zoom. 73 is Bobcat. And rounding out the roster this afternoon, 9-1 Orange Screamsicle. Put your hands together for the Hyperspeed Hellcats.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this Rosebuds exhibition. My name is Puns and Roses. I am your broadcast announcer. So this exhibition game between the Roller Resistance and the Hyperspeed Hellcats. Star Wars themed, of course, for May the 4th. So we do these exhibitions twice a year for the juniors. We're doing this again in November. It's a great opportunity to introduce kids to roller derby. Of course, all of our juniors games are great for that anyways, but here we go. Avery Phylactic Shock, Dr. Zoom. Avery Phylactic Shock, a little bit behind Dr. Zoom, but Dr. Zoom is your lead jammer. Avery Phylactic Shock in front, coming in to the pack. Dr. Zoom pushes through. Both jammers have 4. Dr. Zoom now about a quarter of the track ahead. And there's the call. 8-4. Our jam line brought to you by Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. So we're going to see Ms. Garcia in the white up against Frantic in the black. Frantic gets dropped by Vendetta on the outside. Ms. Garcia, lead jammer. That is 2 in a row for the Hellcats. Frantic through on the inside. That is the initial. Ms. Garcia on a scoring pass. There's the call. 4-0. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. 2 jams, no penalties so far. Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns. That is Bleeding Tart in the white, PB and Jam in the black. PB and Jam squeezes out, is your lead jammer. Bleeding Tart, 1 to beat. He's able to force past Skittles. No, that wasn't Skittles, sorry. Was it Skittles? Skittles is up there. Not sure exactly. Yeah, that was Skittles. All right. So that was a 4-4 jam. Our Apex jumps. This game brought to you by Zoom Room Dog Training, filling the world with happy, tired dogs. Visit the new Hillsborough location. Got T-Rex in the white up against. Hang on, I'm looking. Even the scoreboard doesn't know who that black jammer is. Smash, smash, goose. T-Rex hitting the back of the pack. There's the call off. Is it in time? It is barely in time. Four points in the air for T-Rex. All right, we got Ashtastic in the black. Up against. Trying to read those numbers. Dr. Zoom, there it is. Dr. Zoom, 1 to beat. Dr. Zoom. Vendetta, Stabby working against Ashtastic, now passing off to Bobcat. Offensive help coming from Zombie Basher. Ashtastic still looking for an exit. Bobcat holding that inside lane. Dr. Zoom on a second scoring pass. Oh, little Stabby. Great force out to the inside. Ashtastic has to recycle, is pulling the cap. Offense at the front from Lightning McQuinn. Skittles, Honey Basher, and Potatonator setting up the defense as Dr. Zoom comes around. Oh, nice work there by Honey Basher. Gets the force out, slows up Dr. Zoom. Dr. Zoom has to take another run there. We have a star pass. Oh, Vendetta with the force out. Zombie Basher has to reset. And that is a forearm penalty, sending Honey Basher to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. That is our first penalty of the game in Jam 5. So the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box not getting a whole lot of action. Next up, we got Ms. Garcia in the white and Avery Flaherty Shock in the black. Ms. Garcia 1 to beat. Oh, good force out there. Avery Flaherty Shock is your lead jammer. Avery Flaherty Shock powering through. Ms. Garcia coming in. Good force out. I cannot read that back because the hair is covering. I think that's Pandemonium. Yes, that is Pandemonium. The ponytail briefly uncovered the number. Some of the kids have very small names and numbers on their jerseys. All right, we got Frantic and Bleeding Tart as your jammers. Ruthless, Nazgul, not able to do more than slow up Bleeding Tart. Good effort there. Frantic able to get in, grab 2. John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon is Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery. You got T-Rex jamming against PB and Jam. PB and Jam. I love the energy T-Rex brings. T-Rex calls that, but PB and Jam able to sneak in and grab 1 point. Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more, owned by a Bud's Parent and Wrecker Skater. Smash Smash Goose, Dr. Zoom, your jammers. Princess Bubble Scum and Company were able to slow up Smash Smash Goose enough that Smash Smash Goose is a half track behind. Both jammers have 1 scoring pass. Dr. Zoom gets in a second. WSL Leadership Coaching. Learn how to transform interpersonal conflict into organizational justice at WSLleadership.com. Nazgul setting up that defense. And Slamilton looking to set the offense, pushing Nazgul away. Ms. Garcia looking to take advantage. Avery Phylactic Shock up to the front is your lead jammer. Teenage Hurtbag and Company setting up at the front of the pack. There's the call off. Is it in time? It is not. Miss Garcia sneaks in for 1. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Menopause Northwest and Portland Vital Signs. Bleeding Tart in the white, Frantic in the black behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. Only 2 penalties through 10 jams. That is not a lot at all. Bleeding Tart slowly through, and great defense there by the Resistance. Frantic is your lead jammer, ahead by a 1/5 of the track maybe. Oh, nice recycle. I cannot see it. That was Klondike. Good hold at the front by Dynamite. So that was an 8-4 jam in favor of the Resistance. Got T-Rex. And not quite sure who behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. PB and Jam. Gotcha. T-Rex is through. Already looking to pump up the crowd. PB and Jam almost a half track behind. No Mercy and Company trying to hold the line, but good offense there by the Hellcats. T-Rex breaking through the pack. T-Rex coming through on a third scoring pass. 2 to beat. There's a call off, forced out by Bobcat, but 2 points scored by PB and Jam on that last pass. Porque No Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland, voted best tacos and Mexican food in PDX. And hey, Willamette Week's best of Portland is coming up soon, the voting for that towards the end of the month. So feel free to vote for our sponsors again. They appreciate it, we appreciate it. Pandemonium, Dr. Zoom. Dr. Zoom, lead jammer. Pandemonium coming up fast, bearing down. Avery Flaggy shot setting up at the back of the pack. There's the Zoom Room dog training apex jump. Dr. Zoom sticks that Zoom Room dog training landing. Pandemonium looks for an exit. Sorry, did I say Avery Flex? That was a very scary that was doing that defense on Pandemonium at the back of the pack. My defense, a lot of Averies. All right, here we go. Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and a proud sponsor of RCR since forever. Ms. Garcia and Ashtastic moving towards the front. Ashtastic, your lead jammer. Here comes Riot with some offense. Along with Wildfire, able to free Ms. Garcia. Feral Kid was not able to get a whole lot of defense in there because of good offense from Dynamite and Company. William Skatespear in there as well. Triple Eight, the certified Sweat Saver helmet from Triple Eight is designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between. They are an exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. Here we go. Avery Flactic Shock, Bleeding Tart. Bleeding Tart is not the lead jammer, but is in front. Avery Flactic Shock is your lead jammer, and there's the call off. We are 16 minutes into this game. We still only have 2 penalties. That is really impressive. Smash Smash Goose and T-Rex are your jammers. A very scary setting up to blow up that Resistance defense. Gwen Reaper setting up to blow up the Hellcats defense. Both jammers taking advantage of that great offense by a very scary and Gwen Reaper. T-Rex forced out, has to recycle behind Teenage Hurtbag. Smash, smash, goose, 4 points. There's a direction of play penalty on Nazgul. T-Rex grabbing 4 points. That was an 8-8 jam. $187 killer pads worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why. Also an exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. Avery full active shock behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line up against Dr. Zoom. One skater in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Avery full active shock is your lead jammer. Good hit by Ruthless, but Dr. Zoom powering through. Avery Flactic Shock bouncing off the back of while Dr. Zoom goes for the Zoom Room Apex jump, but does not stick the landing. No points on that. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Lionheart Kombucha and the Portland Mercury. Next up, we got Frantic and Ms. Garcia. Still one player standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Ms. Garcia taking advantage of that 4-3 pack advantage. Honey Basher helping to power the jammer through. Ooh, 69-96. We got a palindrome score for right now. And Ms. Garcia breaks that palindrome. Triple digits now. Oh, that is going to be a back block. So this will be a power jam for the Resistance and a full 2-minute jam. Our first jammer penalty, I believe, and just the 6th. Little stabby, joined by the Feral Kid up at the front. Here comes Nazgul trying to break that defense. It's Garcia spinning to the front, able to get through past Nazgul and Pandemonium. Pandemonium with that force out and recycle. Honey Basher with the force out and recycle at the back of the pack. Five seconds left in this jam. Woo! That was a 16-10 jam, and we've got a team timeout being called by the Resistance. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Welcome to PDX. 9 minutes left in this first half. We are up to 7 total penalties. Little Stabby sitting in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. This is a very low number of penalties. Credit to these teams for playing a relatively clean game. if you're watching the stream, feel free to say who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. I would do my best to answer. Got, I believe that's PB and Jam and Bleeding Tart. For the sugar-filled jammer matchup. Heavy on the carbs, heavy on the points. Both jammers on scoring passes. Orange Screamsicle with a force out, but PB and Jam, Orange Screamsicle had drifted out, so PB and Jam smartly was able to keep going. 8-4 on that jam, 89-114 with 8 minutes left in this first half. T-Rex in the white, Ashtastic in the black. Ashtastic looking for the inside lane. Finds a lot of white jerseys. T-Rex is through on the initial. T-Rex with the call off, 4 points in the air. Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better. SasquatchHR.org. Cheering for everyone. I like cheering for everyone. I'm a big fan of that. As an announcer, I have to do the same. Dr. Zoom, Avery Phylactic Shock. Rematch of our first jammer matchup. Ruthless with the force out at the back of the pack. Avery Phylactic Shock is your lead jammer. Nazgul, force out of Dr. Zoom. Both jammers through. Avery Phylactic Shock coming in on a second scoring pass. Five-3 on that jam. Smash, smash, goose. Ms. Garcia behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Ms. Garcia, lead jammer. And Smash Smash Goose blasting past. Ms. Garcia zipping past on the inside. That is two resistance skaters in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. So 4-2 pack advantage. A very scary little Stabby and company looking to take advantage. Helmo directing traffic at the back of the pack. And Ms. Garcia has seen enough. Got 2 points on that last pass. We have frantic Bleeding Tart behind the jam on Hawthorne jam line. Ricochet at the back of the pack. Working with Slamilton. They were able to slow up Frantic enough. Bleeding Tart is through, about a quarter of a lap ahead. Lead Jammer coming in fast. Ooh, good hit there by Zombie Basher. Bleeding Tart half lap ahead. 2 skaters now in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Gwen Reaper and company slowing up Bleeding Tart. Wildfire and company bringing Frantic to a halt. Teenage Hurtbag played some offense, now drifts back to defense. And here comes Slamilton. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty now. Both jammers in on scoring passes again. Oh, Bleeding Tart, great footwork on the outside. Good work by Slamilton. And that was a 17-24 jam. Whew, that was a lot of points. Next up, we're going to see T-Rex and Dynamite. Got Sabertooth Tiger up at the pivot line to play some offense against the Resistance. Meanwhile, William Skatespear at the back playing offense against the Hellcats. And wow, William Skatespear creates that lane to the outside. Dynamite takes the advantage. T-Rex looks for an outside. Gets out past Nazgul, and Dynamite blows up that back defense. Oh, Nazgul. Good drawback on T-Rex. Hey, if you like bouncy castles and pet pigs, come here in 2 weeks to join the Roller Rally Carnival on May 18th. Be part of this inclusive community. And there we go. Avery Refractive Shock, Dr. Zoom. Avery Refractive Shock about a quarter of a track ahead of Dr. Zoom, coming in fast. There's the call off. Isn't in time. Ooh. We will get one more jam. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Only 11 penalties in this half. 6 for the Resistance, 5 for the Hellcats. Nobody with more than 1 penalty. Ms. Garcia and... Oh, we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. All right, Gwen Reaper playing wrecking ball, trying to get PB and Jam through. Ms. Garcia working the back of the pack up against Pandemonium and company, forced out. PB and Jam is your lead jammer. Period clock has expired. We are on jam time. Teenage Hurtbag and Company slowing down Ms. Garcia. Ms. Garcia won to beat. Ms. Garcia threw on the initial. PB and Jam with the call off. It is in time. We are going to intermission, 134-161. We will see you back here in 15 minutes. Head to the RCR website. Go and find some merch. Go rep your favorite teams. We'll be back. See you soon.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Your score at halftime, 134 for the Roller Resistance, 161 the Hyperspeed Hellcats on this May the 4th themed exhibition game. Only 11 total penalties, 6 for the Resistance, 5 for the Hellcats in that first. No one with more than 1 penalty, so penalties are not really a factor in this game. I can't remember ever seeing a 30-minute half with 11 total penalties. Seeing a 30-minute half with 11 total penalties for one team, that's pretty good. But for two teams combined, that is highly unusual. But credit to both of these teams for playing a very disciplined game. So we're going to start off the second half behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line with Bleeding Tart in the white, Avery Phylactic Shock in the black. Both of these jammers have been very successful in the first half. And shockingly, the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. Avery Phylactic Shock is your lead jammer. Bleeding Tart looking for an exit, finally finds it. Almost a full lap behind Avery Phylactic Shock. The Resistance counting on the defense. Good work by Princess Bubblescum, T-Rex and company. There's the call off. So it was a 7-4 jam in favor of the Resistance. The certified Sweat Saver helmet, developed, tested, and trusted by the best, 888 is an exclusive protective gear sponsor of Rose City Rollers. Got Vendetta jamming for the first time for the Hellcats, up against Frantic. Frantic, your lead jammer. Helmo and company slowing down Vendetta. Vendetta about a third of a lap behind. Vendetta pulls in 3. 4-3 on that jam. So great steal there by Vendetta right at the end. Feel free to say who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from in the chat. We've got Riot jamming for the Hellcats. I believe Riot's first time jamming up against PB and Jam. Bobcat up at the front trying to open a lane for Riot and does. Riot is through. PB and Jam hot on Riot's heels. Riot forced out and recycled. Bobcat up at the front to play some offense. PB and Jam through for 4. Riot also through. There's the call off. 187 killer pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. An exclusive protective gear sponsor of Rose City Rollers. Smash, smash, goose jamming against. That is number 67, Ricochet. Also jamming for the first time. Smash, smash, goose, your lead jammer, Ricochet. Bouncing through the front of the pack. Smash, smash, goose going airborne. Sticks the landing. There's the call off. 4-0 on that jam. $153, 172. Bleeding Tart taking the star behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line up against Ashtastic. Once again, the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty, as it has been all second half. Bleeding Tart was a great lane opened by the offense. Sabertooth Tiger working well at the front of the pack, along with, I believe that was Skittles. Ashtastic forced out by Lil Stabby. So Bleeding Tart already has 4 points, up to 8. Ashtastic has pulled the cap. All right, we've got, wow. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box suddenly got busy. 4 penalties in this 5th jam. 5 penalties in this 5th jam. Currently, the Hellcats only have 1 blocker. That was Miss Garcia, who's having to do some work out there solo right now. Sabertooth Tiger now joining Ms. Garcia. Wow, Bleeding Tart able to sneak around on the edge of the skates, on the edge of the track. Very well done. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty. So we went from 10 penalties to 16 penalties just in 1 jam. Wow, that was a 10-28 jam. Woof. Jeff says, Zom, Nana's rooting for you and your team. So we're going to see Vendetta jamming for the second time up against Avery Phylactic Shock. Great offense there from Wildfire. I could have gotten lead jammer through that lane. Wow, Vendetta going airborne with that Zoom Room dog training apex jump. I could not have done that. Okay, no, I could not have gotten lead jammer through that. I have no speed on skates at all. But, you know, I can imagine that I could have done that. Anyways, that was impressive. Avery Phylactic Shock forced out by Bobcat and company at the back of the pack. Dynamite holding the line against Vendetta, now joined by Nazgul. Both jammers on second scoring passes. Two skaters in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Jammers have to reset. There's a call off. 8-8 on that jam. Rebel Heart Therapy, therapy for queer, poly, kinky, quirky folks. Next up, we're going to see Frantic and Riot behind the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. Riot pushing forward. Gets a track cut. Zombie Basher opens the door for Frantic. This is what the Resistance needs. And Frantic is through. Speeding past on the outside. Riot coming back on the track. Feral Kid with a force out to the inside. A very scary working in the back of the pack against Frantic. It's going to be a direction of play penalty on somebody. Princess Bubblescum. Riot is through on the initial. And there's the call off. See PB and Jam and Ricochet on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. One player in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. We're up to 20 penalties total now. And Ricochet quickly through lead jammer. We are in a foot race. PB and Jam through for 4. There's the call off. Is it in time? 1 point up in the air. So we're going to see Bleeding Tart, and I believe that's Pandemonium. Bleeding Tart, your lead jammer. Pandemonium looks for the outside lane, finds, is that Miss Garcia? That is Miss Garcia. Forces Pandemonium to the inside, and Pandemonium takes it to the inside. Bleeding Tart recycled long behind Nazgul. Wow. Pandemonium taken to the edge by Bobcat, but stays in bound. Wow, Pandemonium goes airborne on the inside. And that's a low block on Bleeding Tart. It's now a power jam. So both teams now over 200 points. Ms. Garcia with a force out, along with Bobcat. Bleeding Tart back out on the track. Oh, Miss Garcia, sorry, that's not Miss Garcia. Bleeding Tart, nobody saw Bleeding Tart coming through on that last scoring pass. So 208 to 224 now with under 17 minutes to go. Vendetta, your lead jammer, Dynamite, looking to blow up the pack. One to beat is out, but over half a track behind. Oh, wow. Zombie Basher, great defense, denying that Zoom Room Apex jump. All right, what are the odds that we can get a Dynamite T-Rex jam? Just saying. There's a call off after a 4-4 jam. So the differential still stays at 16 points. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box again. Got Smash Smash Goose and Riot. And Riot runs into Nazgul. Oof, big hits coming. Comes Smash Smash Goose coming around backside. Riot coming around on the first scoring pass. Forced out by Gwen Reaper. Smash Smash Goose through. That is 2 completed scoring passes. Riot looking for a first completed scoring pass. We are down to an 7-point differential. 224, 231. Let's see Ricochet and Avery Flactic shock. Lil Stabby trying to create a lane on the outside. Skittles closes it for a second, but Ricochet able to get through. Ricochet about a third of a track ahead. There's the call off. Is it in time? It is. 3 points in the air. taking 3 but denying points. Ms. Garcia jamming now against Frantic. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Ms. Garcia through lead jammer. Frantic finds Feral Kid to the outside. Looks for the inside, finds offensive help from Zombie Bashers, able to get through. A very scary. Opening a lane to the outside. There's the call off. 4-2 on that jam. Roller Rally is our annual junior fundraiser program. Our junior program includes almost 200 youth skaters ages 7 to 17, some of the strongest, most talented youth athletes in PDX. Help us keep youth roller derby accessible and support roller derby today by texting roller 25 to 44321 or visit rosecityrollers.com/roller rally. We need your support because amazing roller derby like this doesn't just happen on its own. Oh, wow, that is PB and Jam, your lead jammer. Vendetta has to recycle behind Gwen Reaper. Oh, that is going to be Princess Bubblescum heading the box on a direction of play penalty. Vendetta looking for an exit. PB and Jam finding heavy defense from Dr. Zoom. Teenage Hurtbag playing offense. We've not seen Dr. Zoom jamming this half. I'm wondering if that's about to change. And we've got T-Rex takes the star pass. And we have a tie game, folks. Woo! We're going to see Ashtastic and Riot. Both jammers lining up towards the inside of the track. Nazgul, Ashtastic drifting towards the outside. Riot looking to get past. Takes a heavy hit from Helmo and finds the lane. Is your lead jammer. Ashtastic has pulled the star looking for Nazgul. Takes the star pass. Nazgul is your jammer now for the Resistance. Riot is through. There's the call off. And the Hellcats reestablish their lead. We have Ricochet and Pandemonium. Noah Mercy holds up Ricochet for a little bit, but Ricochet just bounces between defenders. Pandemonium about a quarter track behind, maybe a third. Ricochet coming in hot, gets some offensive help. There's the quick call off. Hit it and quit it jams. And here comes Dr. Zoom up against Avery Phylactic Shock. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Dr. Zoom finds the outside lane, takes it. Avery Phylactic Shock About a third of a track behind. Dr. Zoom looks, goes outside. Both jammers in. Avery Flaggy shot just plowing through Dynamite, but that is legal. You can crush your own blockers. There's the, oh wow, and a 4-point steal. Brings us to a 3-point game. Great work there by Avery Flatty-Shock to steal those 3 points. So we're going to see Ms. Garcia smash Goose. 7.5 minutes remaining. Smash Goose getting offensive help from Helmo. Ms. Garcia was designated lead jammer, got recycled and calls it. But yeah, there we go. We've got Ashtastic and Riot as your jammers. Ashtastic, lead jammer. This is an opportunity for the Roller Resistance to actually take the lead. Pharaoh Kid takes the star pass. Ashtastic is through for 4. That is a lead change. Ashtastic in on the second scoring pass. Feral Kid getting recycled by Zombie Basher and Honey Badger, or Honey Basher. Ashtastic threw on a third scoring pass. Feral Kid recycled again. Ruthless now engaging. Feral Kid threw. That's the initial. Feral Kid heading to the box. On an illegal position. So the Roller Resistance is now up by 13. We have a team timeout being called by the Hellcats. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. Come out in 2 weeks for Roller Rally, the Carnival, May 18th. Do you like bouncy castles and pet pigs? It's a good time. It's a great way to support our juniors program. You can also do that by going to RoseCityRollers.com/Roller Rally or texting Roller25 to 44321. Frantic lead jammer. Ricochet not far behind. Ricochet airborne, sticks the landing. There's the call off after a 4-4 jam. We've got Dr. Zoom, Aphylactic Shock. And Aphylactic Shock takes advantage of some great offensive blocking. Is your lead jammer. Teenage Hurtbag and Helmo forcing Dr. Zoom out. Aphylactic Shock with 4. Dr. Zoom looking for the exit, finds Teenage Hurtbag. Dr. Zoom through on the initial. Aphylactic Shock coming through on a 3rd scoring pass. So that is a 12-1 jam. And this game is turned on a dime. And we've got a team timeout being called by the Hellcats. They're down by 24. This game is not out of reach. With Ms. Garcia and PB and Jam on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. They are going to need a couple of really good jams, though. But they've got 2 more timeouts, so they can get 3 jams out of the next 3 minutes if they can get lead jam. Empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. PB and Jam forced out by T-Rex. Ms. Garcia through. That's the initial. PB and Jam being held up by T-Rex. Big pile up at the top of the apex. Someone's heading to the box for something. Saber-Tooth Tiger. Gwen Reaper took that a little bit far, but does not get a penalty for it. T-Rex with the force out and recycle. There's the call off. Down by 18. Bleeding Tart, Pandemonium are your jammers. Bleeding Tart through quickly. Lead jammer, T-Rex in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Bleeding Tart through. Both jammers have 4 points. There's the call off. And a team timeout being called. 41 seconds left. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. So this is a 20-point game. Looks like Smash Smash Goose for the Resistance. And it seems like probably Ricochet for the Hellcats. Four-3 pack advantage. Ricochet could still get lead jam, get a couple of points. And get a quick timeout. Ricochet is through. L- 10 seconds left. 8, 4. All right, period clock has expired. We're on jam time now. So this is going to be it. We are trading jams at this point. Yeah, there's math says the Resistance has won, but good effort there from the Hellcats to keep this going. And a Zoom Room Apex jump from Smash Smash Goose to complete that last scoring pass. And Nazgul out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Only 27 total penalties. That is an impressively low number of penalties. All right, that is a 20-20 jam to end this game. So our final score is going to be 307-287 in favor of the Roller Resistance. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a great time. I know I did. Check out RoseCityRollers.com for our event schedule to see what games are streaming next. We're going to have our All-Stars exhibition, Purple-White, coming up soon. We will see you then.
So the roller resistance, we're going to give our MVP blocker.
Bobcat.
Bobcat. All right. All right, and then MVP jammer.
Ricochet.
Ricochet. Ricochet, come on over. All right, then we have a most valuable player also.
Slamilton.
Slamilton. All right, very good choices. Okay, so now here we go. Let's go with blocker first, okay? MVP blocker.
We're going to have Zombie Basher.
Zombie Basher. Excellent choice. All right, MVP jammer.
Ashtastic.
Fantastic, of course. Awesome. So we'd have our MVPs right here in the middle for a photo op. That's okay. Right in the middle for a photo op for our MVPs. Once again, we'll have a team photo after that. Thank you all for coming out. Appreciate it. If anybody's going to stay for a little bit for the roller rally stuff, I hope you stay around and come on out and see us again. I'm not sure when the next roller derby is. A couple weeks, I think. I don't know. Check it out. Everything you want to know is on the website, rosecityrollers.com. Thanks again for coming out. Drive safe. We'll see you all soon.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.